Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
One big rides. We need to talk about the motorcycle industry because it is in a quite bad place in Britain. It's in a bad place. Let's talk about it.
It's showtime.
Yeah, so what we're seeing in 2024 and 2023 is motorcycle manufacturers, motorcycle industry in Britain is in a bad state. There are dealerships being closed because they cannot make enough money, and when they do make money they're being taxed to hell by HMRC, so that doesn't help. And there's dealerships, motorcycle businesses that are going under because they just can't make enough money in this country. This country is a very difficult country to make money. To become wealthy is very difficult because either you are taxed, so you earn very little and have very little money left for yourself because HMRC has taxed you and taken most of your profit, you know. And there's just the fact that there are so many businesses that only care about themselves and don't care about the people that work hard for them, the workers. They don't care, and the workers in this country get paid bugger all. Get paid minimum wage. You're lucky if you get a bit more than the minimum wage. That's, thing is, you still got taxed on that. HMRC still tax you for your wages if you work for a business, no matter how big or how small. So making money in this country is just very hard. A lot of people are pretty sad and happy because they're working and working and working. If they have a job and they can keep that job, and they're working and working and working, and they have very little to show for it because they get very little left at the end. So motorcycle dealerships, the problems that they're having is, one, they can't make enough sales. Sales are really down because nobody has any money. So nobody has money to buy, say, a nice MT-06 or a nice MT-07. Only the very rich and wealthy can go into a dealership and buy a new motorcycle now. Not so much the working class of this country. Only the rich and wealthy. There used to be a time where you could be working class and you could go buy a new motorcycle. But now, because everything's costing so much, you can't do that. And do you notice as well, why are motorcycles so expensive? Why are there no cheap motorcycles now? So dealerships are offering the motorcycles at a lot of money given what we earn in wages, and wonder why they're not making any sales. Because how is it that the pricing, when was the last time you could buy a 1000cc bike for less than £10,000? You can't nowadays. So motorcycle businesses are not getting enough sales through because they're charging too much. They're selling their motorcycle for too much money, but then they're having to do that because they're trying to find a profit margin in it. And because no one's buying, they're not making sales, they're not making any profit. And when you take your motorcycle to a motorcycle dealership, imagine the mechanics and their world, because they work on a motorcycle. How many owners come back to them and go, oh, since you worked on my bike, oh yeah, since you did this, oh, since you did that, since you changed my oil filter, this is a problem, this doesn't work. Yeah. What I'm getting at is customers then coming back to the dealership saying, hey, there's a problem with my bike, since you worked on it. And that problem might not be anything to do with what the mechanic's job was on that motorcycle. So the mechanic might go, oh, filter change. Okay, I've got to do that. And then the customer comes back saying, oh, do you know what, my throttle not very, there's nothing to do with the oil change. Thinking, oh, since you worked in it, my throttle's been a bit weird. And then expecting you to repair the motorcycle for free. You know, that's what dealerships have to go through. That's what a lot of motorcycle businesses have to go through. They can't just do a job and it just be done and that's it. So it's difficult to get repeat business. That's another factor that's not talked about. It's actually difficult to get repeat business. So motorcycle dealerships are suffering, and the killer, what is helping to kill motorcycle businesses, is they're selling the motorcycles at too high a price. There's no cheap motorcycles anymore. Why is there no cheap motorcycles anymore in this country? And how many motorcycles are coming back because monos are complaining since the mechanic worked on them? And if there's a genuine reason, you get it, but some people aren't like that because times are tough for everyone. So if a biker can say, hey, since you worked on my bike, I have a problem, and try and get a free repair, people will try that nowadays. And then if they don't get that, they'll be in a strumpy, unhappy mood and won't use you ever again. So, yeah, it's a symptom of your motorcycles. You're charging too much, and it's also a symptom of how difficult it is to do business in this country.
That's right. Darn right.
To actually keep customers coming to your business if you're in that industry, because it is a tough industry. And all it takes is the customer to say, since you worked on my bike, Oh yeah, it's really sad to see so many motorcycle dealerships not surviving, dying. And it's very sad because, you know, us Europeans, we love motorcycles. Not everybody, but if you know, there's a decent amount of bikers in this country, you know, because we see our motorcycles as like ladies do when they go and buy a horse. To us men, our motorcycles are like our horses. That's what they are. So we love motorcycles, and they are very interesting, and they're very cool, and they're great, and they can be really good fun to ride, and they bring a smile to your face, and it also make you take in the scenery around you more than just driving from A to B. What can we do? You know, notice that nobody talks about what can be done to save motorcycle dealerships, because government certainly isn't helping anybody. Make your motorcycles much more affordable. Make your servicing cheaper. Make it affordable. That's how you're going to survive in the times that we are in. If you don't do that, then you are going to go under, like the next dealership is going to go under. It's terrible. Terrible to lose motorcycle dealerships, because there are some Dad and my dad's girlfriend will know a business called P&H in Surrey, and you know, it's nice when you go into a motorcycle dealership and it's not just, hey, here's a load of motorcycles, which one are you going to buy? Sometimes you could just pop in and have a look, have a coffee if they do offer coffee, get to sit down around other motorcycles. It was a positive atmosphere, and it was a nice place to go if you're a biker, and they're gone now, you know. And the news never talks about when dealerships go under, what happens to the workers in that dealership, where are they going to go? No one talks about that. Where are they going to earn their income? No one talks about that because no one cares. This country is full of selfish people. It's full of selfish people everywhere. And full of bad people. They're just dragging us all down, making us unhappy. The sky is always cloudy, so it's always bloody depressing. You know, when did we last see sunshine in this country? Today is one of those very few days of the sunshine. Most of the time, it's just clouds, dark skies, and depressing sadness up there. Oh, what's happened to this country? I don't call Britain great. I never will. I never will call this country great. There was a time where it was great. But with how hard life is out there, and how little how hard life can be out there, and how difficult it is to actually get into work and to earn an income on top of all your other life problems, on top of the crazy expensive rents that landlords charge, where they're just like, what happened to affordable housing? You can't even find affordable housing anymore in this country because the landlords are charging you so much for rent. No one talks about that. If you're a man in this country and you're alone, you might as well just die, because if you can't find work and you can't earn money, you don't have a home, you will just die out there, because you won't be able to buy food and have water and feed yourself. And it's very hard to get anywhere without money. That's my rant over with motorcycling and motorcycle dealerships. Let's hope that things get better. But here's something for you all to think about. Before we left the European Union, food was cheaper, rents were cheaper, power was cheaper, gas was cheaper. Everything was cheaper in this country. Everything was more affordable. Everything was better in this country. And we had a voice. We could help make decisions on what would happen in Europe. And you, all of you that voted to pull us out, all you've done is damaged us. All you've done is made this country poorer. All you've done is made people work more and be poorer, is what you've done. That's what you have done. Very bad. I voted to remain. And if we could have a referendum, I would vote to join back in the European Union. Because you all forget. All of you that voted to leave. You forget the horrors and death of the Second World War. You forget the horrors and death of the First World War. You forget all the killing in Europe, the raping, the murdering. Countries, France, Germany, Czechoslovakia, Poland, all of us killing each other. And thanks to the European Union, we don't have war in Europe. Thanks to the European Union, we are mostly safe. We are mostly in a Europe where there is no war and there is progress. But what's happening in Ukraine is pretty horrific and terrible. Really bad. Really bad. Difficult to be able to talk on YouTube because you don't know who's watching, who's listening. Thanks for watching. Let's hope motorcycle dealerships recover and we see less of them dying. And motorcycling gets better in this country, because motorcycling in this country has been getting worse over the years, worse and worse and worse. Gears costing more, motorcycles costing more, the test is costing more, road tax is costing more, insurance is costing more. Let's try and fix it, people.
The little rascal has spirit. As what?
This is the end of the trail for me.
Thank you.
Thank you, kid.
Let's try and fix it.